Greetings all, down at RB Bridge and test ride on this. This is Phillip's Scrambler, and if you've seen the test rides on the WK Scramblers, nice easy dial, gear position indicator, neutral light, fuel at the bottom, revs across the top, nice and easy. Will not start with the side stand down. Make sure you pick the bike up, has got a main stand, and we're out into my favourite village again, Simpson. So we're going to have a ride down to here. We're going to get the dual carriageway running. We've got about 1.5 miles on the bike, and we have currently 6 scramblers going through prep. Yes, these are selling like a hotcake compared to other brands, and people say, how comes the scramblers are selling quicker than any other brand? Because the WK Scrambler looks good, the price is good. As I keep saying, you get a lot of bang for your buck. And if you compare this to models that look identical, and I'm not going to mention the brands, but if you look at all the other brands that are out, this thing pulls from really low torque, 4th gear, and you can pull it away. So it's a really good bike. I love them. WK supply them really quickly. The parts are very easy to get hold of. Got a very good network with WK where they can get parts out really quick. The build quality is good, and I can't find a single thing wrong with it. Now these are priced at 1999 and 99p, I believe, or 1999. Wheel on the road 2199. It's the same price as a Lexmoto Titan scooter. It's one of the cheapest 125s I have seen, and it's probably one of the best looking ones as well. You can't fault this bike one iota. The only thing I did pick up on, I said to WK, I said, great, you do a 125 and a 50. How about doing a 250 version with a little bit more power? At the moment, they can't confirm if they are going to do that for me. But the 125, let's just see what it's like getting up to speed. 5-speed box. 1, 2. Obviously not revving it too hard. 3, 4. Watching my mirrors. And up to 5 and 40 mile an hour test mileage. So any bike 125, you must run it in. But it's a great bit of kit. It really is good. The seating position is good. The seat is lovely and soft. So is the suspension. The handlebars are a good distance apart. You've got a nice, I wouldn't say a straight bike, slightly raised. It's got a little bit of a kink to the bars, but it handles so well. And it has got those, I wouldn't call them knobbly tyres, I'd call them dual sport tyres on. Great for the road, and they're also great if you happen to have a little bit of dirt or you're going down country roads. It is a really good bike. Can't fault it one iota. The only thing is I want a 250 version of this. Now, on to other subjects while I'm doing this test ride. If you haven't seen the test ride of the Elex, I knew I would get hate on it. I knew it was an electric scooter, and I have had quite a bit of hate on it. People going, oh, but electric, what happens if you have to change the battery? Oh god, here we go. So I should be concentrating on this WK Scrambler. I'm going to waffle for a while, as I always do on my test videos, which makes you want to go back and look at the other videos. So go and look at the test ride of the Elex. Now, the Elex, 2 batteries, yes. You've got a range of about, I'd say about 40 to 60 miles on it. Check the spec on it, but it's designed for urban around town cruising. So basically popping down the shop, doing all your bits and pieces. Now I compared it to 50cc's, and lo and behold, there had to be one that comes in that doesn't like electric bikes. He went, yes, but it's not a fair review. It's a personal opinion. Would I buy an electric bike? Probably not. Well, unless I was sort of couldn't use anything else, and I hadn't done my CB2 but I'd got a car licence, I would get an electric 50. It does 30 mile an hour. It will not do any more. It is designed under the UK licence 50cc for, or 50cc equivalent in electric, to do 28 mile an hour. It will not go any faster. You can't unrestrict it, you can't do anything. It will do 30, but you've got the range there, and it is cheap to charge. No tax, hardly any servicing costs, and that is it. Now someone said, yes, but you consider the price of the batteries compared to your servicing costs, and I went, yes, but you're going to be looking at servicing every 1,000 miles. No, 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 no. You should be servicing them every 5,000 miles, or at least 2.5. No. Servicing regime on a 50 states every 1,000 miles after you've done your first one at 500. And then you're servicing every 1,000. Now, if you're doing a lot of mileage on your 50, you're going to be looking at 2 or 3 services a year, which is 300 quid. On top of your petrol, on top of your expensive insurance, because it's a 50cc petrol, compared to the electric, where they favour electric bikes at the moment and give you a really good deal on your insurance. And if you weigh that against the cost of the batteries, which are probably going to be about 800 quid. So your 50cc petrol is going to last you 3 years, 3-4 years. You're looking at 200-300 quid a year. That's going to equivalent to around about £600 to £800. Now, on your 50cc, you're only going to get a 2-year warranty. With electric, you get 2-year warranty on the bike, 3-year on the battery and the motor. So that will get you going for 3 years. And then when you start working out your petrol costs and your insurance and everything else, yes, the electric is going to come off slightly better. But no, the petrol head decided to comment and say, no, you're better off buying a 50cc petrol. It's entirely up to personal preference, and that is what I always say on personal preference. It is based on my personal opinion and not what the majority say. But go and have a look at the things that you're going to have to change on a bike. Variator, rollers, clutch. Electric bike, it's all in the motor, so more costs. Electric does work out cheaper in the long run, but it's a personal opinion. So that is not your idea on the head, matey. The other thing that we had, and someone's obviously commented, you're not the real Rev Bomb. I am the only Rev Bomb at the moment, unfortunately. I used to know the original Rev Bomb, who was a USA biker. He used to ride up and down the freeways, popping wheelies, filtering at high speed, and he was a little bit of a fast rider. And he did swear a lot. I tend not to swear a lot, but he always used to greet everybody with good morning or hello, effers, as they say. And his final outro was, if I've offended you, then tough. Yeah, he didn't give a rat's. Now, obviously, Rev Bomb passed away about 2 years ago in, I believe, a motorcycle crash. And the last bit I heard about it was obviously when one of the American vloggers had messaged me and said, RB's gone down. I'm like, no, I'm still, no, the other one. Oh, crap. So, yes, Rev Bomb did pass away. Now, he had 56,000 followers. And I'd obviously got the nickname in the garage because I tend to downshift on my throttle and do a lot of Rev Bombs. And that is how I got the nickname in the UK. Now I messaged him and said, look, am I okay to use the name Rev Bomb? Because I do it quite a bit, but I am the UK version. Can I call it Rev Bomb UK? Not a problem, buddy. You crack on. Your channel is nothing like mine. You're very posh and very English. Thank you very much. So, that was the reason why I got called Rev Bomb, but obviously someone's commented and said, you're not the original Rev Bomb, but I have messaged him and said, and he's like, now I understand. So, the original RB, rest in peace, buddy, and obviously may the roads in heaven be a bit clearer for you. But that was the reason why I use the name Rev Bomb. If you actually go on YouTube, there's about 9 Rev Bombs, but they've got no videos, so I tend to do just bike reviews, my rides out to the bike cafe, and catch up with all the other vloggers and promote a hell of a lot of other channels. It's more about me promoting other people than it is about me just doing my test rides. So hence the reason for Red Bomb. There you go. Or as the Chinese people call me when I went into a local eatery in Norfolk that had 4 Lexmoto Echoes for delivery, and the Chinese woman spotted me and went, "Ah, you're Red Bum." Sorry, are you Red Bum? The Red Bum? Yes, I am. Ah, I thought so. So that has obviously been picked up by the fraternity in motorcycle vlogging. So when we come on the live streams, everyone calls me Red Bum, which is what you would get if you've been riding your GTR for about 200 miles. But end of subject there. So hill climb on the WK Scrambler. We held it at 41. It's dropped a couple of miles an hour, and obviously this is a 1 in 9. Nice and steady. Up to the highest point in Milton, Keynes. Now I'm in 5th gear. I'm just holding the throttle. If I opened it up, I can pick up the speed. So there is plenty of torque for hill climbing on these WK Scramblers. That's a great little bike. Now, what is on for me, I'm constantly watching the mirrors here, what is on for me this week? I am stacked out for the next 2 weeks. We have another 5 test rides of WK Scramblers. We've got LXS coming through, we've got an LXR coming through, SE version, plus I think a Colt, a 50cc Scrambler, and a shed load of other bikes. So a lot on for me this week, and obviously we have a new stock of bikes coming in tomorrow. Currently about I'd say there's around about 50 bikes that are in the garage at the moment, and we are constantly pushing in about 20 to 30 bikes a day, because most of them go out on the yard. Test ride all completed on this one though, very very good. Plenty of mileage cranked up, so we're 5 miles in. We've got a little bit more to go yet, so run down the dual carriageway and then back to the garage before it rains, where I can have a cup of coffee, quick bulk check on this, register it, ready for Phil to pick up tomorrow. He's already come in and got all his bike gear, so he came in and we obviously gave him a little bit of discount on his bike gear. Textile jacket, nice pair of gloves, Viper helmets, and we will be talking and doing a review on some of the Viper helmets that we've got in. Viper are very very good at the moment. Now obviously I'm still running my old LS2. Well, not old, it's a year and a bit old, so I am looking to be changing my helmet in about the next year or so and see what LS2 have got for me. Now the other thing, we are currently using the GoPro. We will be switching over to the Insta. Now I did the Super Sausage Run yesterday, and unfortunately silly RB went and bought a memory card for the Insta. Now it did the first run, great. Went to use it yesterday to do the Super Sausage Run, and the card has corrupted. No, it's not a fault of the Insta. I bought the wrong SD card. You need to buy the high-speed SD card. I bought just a standard SD card from Tesco. It worked the first time, it's corrupted the second time. So if you are running, and I should have known because obviously my GoPro is running a high-resolution SD card. I think it's called the V version or something, the V2 version, and I just went and bought the wrong SD card for the Insta. My fault, my mistake. Back brake coming in, that stops well on that dual brake. Great. So back brake is working fine, front brake is working fine, indicators, lights and everything else is all working good. Final run down the dual carriageway when Mr. Motorcar decides he wants to move. And where are we? We are 8 miles in. A couple more miles to go. So that will be the final run down the dual carriageway, off at the first exit, down past the back of the motor factors, and then me to say goodbye. Coming in on the front brake this time, checking for no brake fluctuation, which there isn't. Stops dead as a doornail. All good. thing is, the Scrambler will keep up the traffic. Does well. So, on to a 70 mile an hour dual carriageway at 40 mile an hour. Does it bother me? Absolutely not. Watching the black Peugeot that is sat right behind me. We're into 5th gear, top gear, and a little burst to 45, and back down to 40. Oh bless, it's a little 107. There we go. So nice steady 42 down the dual carriageway, 8 miles in, last 2 to do, and back to the garage. Give the bike a quick bolt check once over, final PDI, register the bike, and tomorrow wash, clean, blow off, and an ACF50 before the customer collects at 12:30. That's my day sorted for tomorrow then. Now, if you happen to be a biker, you will know there's a couple of things going off this week. This Saturday is Ride to the Wall, RTTW. Unfortunately, I am going to miss out this year. I normally do it every year, but it's a Saturday and I am working and I can't have the time off, so I am going to miss out on RTTW. But one of my friends is going to go and get me some footage. I think Peaky's going out on it, and I believe Dad and Mad always go up there, so a load of the Harley bikers are all going up to do RTTW for me. And I have said to them, will you please pay respects on my behalf for all the military that have obviously lost their lives over the years. Now, Friday night live stream. And I always say to people, if you do watch the live streams, please be aware that it contains profanity. Yes, unfortunately, because it's all boys together on a Friday night, the Friday night live streams do get very messy. But it was a very interesting one this Friday. Peaky and Marcus, who I happen to know quite well, went out to Belgium to see all the war memorials and the trenches. And obviously Peaky and Marcus, being ex-military like me, went and had a look at all the First World War trenches. A lot of people are like, oh, there's, you know, I didn't realise that they had tin in the trenches. No, they didn't. That's to hold the trenches up, guys. Put yourself in the mindset of a 16-year-old lad. You've been conscripted to go and join the army in the First World War. You can't get out of it, and you're stuck in a trench, Battle of the Somme. And if you think 93% of those people that went to the trench at 16 knew that they weren't going to return. So, you know, imagine sending your child out, or your son or your daughter, or even you went out there, knowing the fact that you've got a 93% chance of not coming back and that you are going to take an incoming round. That is scary, and it will put a tear in your eye. Go and look at some of Peaky's stuff where they went round the trenches. Did put a tear in my eye, and obviously they caught up with Steph. And the thing that shocked me was obviously there's all the British, the Belgian, and all the different war memorial graves, all nicely kept. And then he went to the German graveyard. It is just sticks stuck in the ground with names on, and the grass hasn't even been mowed. It's a mess. It looks horrible. And you're thinking, why? You know, whatever country you went from, and you did the ultimate for your country, you gave everything for your country and died, at least they could show some respect for graves of all nationalities. Very, very sad. So go and have a look at the live stream. Go and check out Peaky Biker stuff, because there's a link there to Steph and his Moto Travels channel. All the links are in the description below. Go and check it out. We're back to the garage. We have 10 miles on the bike. There we go. So, job's good. And Phillip's probably going to go, oh God, you didn't have bloody waffle on, didn't you? Well, it gives me something to do. You can't shut me up once I start talking, and you'll know that from the Friday night live streams. We're all done. We're back on the yard. It's a Monday. No one is in apart from me and Phil. So quick bolt check, get the shutters up, check it out. Until the next time though, be well, ride safe, and it's a big goodbye from me.